Several months ago, we bought a 10-acre property with a home on it that needed a lot of love. And we have brought you along for all of our indoor projects, but now it is time to shift outside and get working on our land.
Before we go any further, today is Mother's Day, so we just want to wish all the mothers out there a happy Mother's Day.
If you know anything about me, there is an interesting dichotomy to me in that I really love to sleep, but I also really love productivity. So today was a good Mother's Day. Jonathan and the kids let me sleep in until like 8:30 or 9, but then as soon as we saw that the sun was going to be out, we have been outside plugging away. Hi there, Whitney from the future here. When you are the one who edits the videos and puts them together week by week, you have the luxury of being able to see the whole picture and then go back and make last minute revisions and inclusions if and when you feel they're necessary. And this week especially, I felt like it was an important week for me to give a shout out to all of the moms and dads out there who are quick to throw themselves under the bus and feel like they aren't contributing enough to their families when in fact they are. Perfect timing actually, because I'm in the midst of making a bazillion cupcakes for Annie's birthday party, and yes, she did help. She's back there giving me judgmental eyes. But editing this video this week, especially around Mother's Day, was really cathartic for me because I was able to see that I really do a lot. There are so many things that I am doing for our family and for our homestead right now, and while they might not be things that are earning us money, they are essential things that are growing our family. So to all of you moms and dads out there who stay at home, who maybe earn a paycheck in a non-traditional way or don't earn a paycheck at all, please don't feel like you are not important. Please don't feel like you are not doing enough, because I can almost guarantee you that the other people under your roof would agree that you're a boss. So own it, happy Mother's Day, and it doesn't have to be just Mother's Day or Father's Day for you to realize that. You're awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. It's important. Kind of taking a lay of the land, trying to figure out what exactly is going on. I am going to pull up all of these old dead plants. We have a combo of weeds and probably tomatoes and things that have just rotted. I'm just gonna get this cleaned up here so that I can assess what is going on and then try to make a little bit of a garden plan. And then I'm also gonna work the area over by the house, and we'll have to put up a little fence over there to keep the dogs out, so. Cover your ears, newfies. We settled and bought the property, I think at the end of July, until a couple of weeks ago, we seriously touched nothing outside. There were
Lots of weeds.
Yeah, weeds taller than us. We didn't touch them. There was a garden that probably hadn't been used for
A couple of years. Yeah.
Didn't touch it. There was trash everywhere. Didn't touch it. We knew that all of those things would come in time, and that just wasn't our priority.
Right. The end of winter came and we were just kind of tired from all the indoor projects.
Not kinda.
We were tired, yeah. We needed a break. Now, with spring, a new life, and warmer temperatures, we're shifting the focus to the outside. It feels good to get back into some more projects like out here.
She wants to be a helper in the garden. Stay there, that's a good girl. The far bed up on the hill, that was pre-existing. Looks like they probably hadn't used it for a couple of years, but it does have irrigation and stuff in it, so that's gonna be a nice garden bed for us. Several things are gonna be going up there. Peppers on one end, tomatoes on the other end, things in the middle that are kind and friendly to both of those plants. This bed here that I just tilled was non-existent, so I am in the process of creating that one. I know that the rules tell you that for corn that it should be a shorter, chunkier block instead of a long row, but I'm gonna try it. I have a mat here that has 3 rows. We'll see what happens. I kinda doubt we're gonna have much success with that anyway. Maybe someday I can invest more space into all corn because we love sweet corn, but I'm gonna give that a go and see. I'm gonna put up some fencing to keep the dogs from digging in here, and then we'll get our mat down.
Hi!
Hi. It's not like the inside of the house is by any means done. That's not why we are outside.
We're close.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting
Couple
there.
bathrooms.
He says we're close, but if you walked around our house, apart from the kitchen, which is the only room that we have toured in the
Some
final
finishing
version,
touches.
there's finishes everywhere.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I don't say that as a dig to us or anything like that. I say it as we did a heck of a lot inside in the couple of months that we have lived here, and so it is absolutely okay for us to take advantage of the nice weather outside and be out here for a while. We're in a good place, and I think then when it's time to go back inside and finish up things in there, it won't be trudging through it. It's going to be doing it, like you said, with a renewed sense of enjoyment. Yeah. We've mentioned this before, and this is probably the first time that you're getting a good view of it, because we have not really experienced our land this time of year yet. Despite the fact that we bought 10 acres, Jonathan only mows probably 2, 3?
Hard to say.
The barn swallows are attacking him. Hilarious.
Most of our land, the local farmer actually uses and just kind of rents it from us. So basically he lets it grow up and then cuts it, bales it, and uses it as hay for his animals.
The majority of our land at this present moment has probably about 2 to 3 foot tall grass on it, and it's just kind of cool to see it at different points throughout the year. So it was a happy day for our bluebird boxes, wasn't it?
We found out that we have some baby bluebirds and baby chickadees.
Cleo, do we have baby birds? Do we have baby birds? She says, I'm a proud mama. She says, but I'm happy. Say it's a happy day.
Baby.
Oh, we have baby bluebirds. Okay, we're gonna let them go. And our other nest. Oh, these little ones are so cute. Our property is 10 acres, and there's a lot that we will be doing here in years to come. And obviously a lot of those things are processes that take years, but even in just the couple of weeks that we have started dedicating time and energy and effort outside, we really have made a lot of progress. Another day of taking back our yard. So you can probably see here that the former owners have this little built-in sandbox. There's a lot of debris in there, broken toys. So I'm gonna clean that out. I'm gonna put the trash into a trash bag. I'm going to put the sand into this toter and probably dump it somewhere on the property. And then this is going to become a compost bin for our chicken waste. The first couple of times that I swapped out chicken bedding, I just threw it away and then quickly came to realize, crap, literal crap, that is free fertilizer. Chicken waste needs to be composted and broken down a little bit before you can put it on your plants. There are certain animals like rabbits where as soon as they create waste, it's instantly able to be used for your garden. But for the chickens, it does have to break down a little bit. So we are going to be using this as kind of the dump spot for our compost. And then what we will do is we will turn it and put it into another container where it will more or less finish. Here we go. I don't know much about compost. This is all a new experience for me, but I'm learning as I'm going. Say, crap delivery coming through. All right, compost people, how is this looking? I have our chicken waste and spent bedding in a pile here. Got my hose. From what I read, it sounds like I'm just supposed to make it damp, kind of like after you would wring out a sponge. So I'm gonna spray that a little bit, and then I guess I will come back and turn it like every week when I add more waste from the coop to it. If that sounds very wrong, give me your suggestion. But yeah, here we go.
Here, we'll step to the side for a second. When we first pulled up to the house and came up the driveway, like, it was kind of a weedy mess alongside of the driveway.
Yeah.
I've always loved a tree-lined driveway, so we still have plans to do that.
The forerunner right now in our driveway tree selection is Eastern Redbuds. It's a very Pennsylvania native.
They're really pretty.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
They're not huge. Anything that'll block the view.
If anybody is very anti-redbud for a reason, a good reason, let us know. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
The next mission is this front sloping bed here. It's a really hard area of our yard to do much of anything with because it is steep, and to this point it has just been a collection of weeds that grew very, very tall last year and we never did anything with. There's a bunch of pavers that are hidden in there that I think at one point were lining it nicely, and now they're just kind of a mess. I'm hoping that maybe I can outline the bed a little bit better and reuse those, or else take them elsewhere and use them somewhere else. Then I'm going to sprinkle in some wildflowers that Miss Nancy gave us. There will be future years where hopefully we can plant some nice ground cover in there and get it looking really nice. But this year I thought, let's just use what we were given. We love wildflowers. We've always wanted to have an area dedicated to wildflowers. So thank you, Miss Nancy. Hopefully we will have some pretty flowers in the weeks and months to come. A couple of weeks ago, we had an end of year celebration for our homeschool co-op, and we were given these awesome flowers that I had never seen before. They were actually called sea holly, and our stepdad, Phil, saw how much joy they brought me and how much I loved them. And so as a Mother's Day gift, he gave us 3 sea holly bulbs, or whatever they're called, and they're perennial, so they're gonna come back every year. So they are also planted in that front bed, and I'm excited for them to show up this year. So thank you, Phil.
Ever since we got the Kubota, Clark has like looked for projects to do to be able to drive it.
If you can't find Clark,
he's on the
he's
Kubota.
on the Kubota.
But he's actually done some productive things with it. He cleared out this whole patch down here.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's showing up.
Right here.
And then down where we have our trampoline, he also built a new fire pit too, all by himself. And like legitimate, it's really good. He cleared it, made it flat, and then put pavers in a circle. It's really good.
Prior, it was old broken cinder blocks.
Yeah,
If
it
you
was
watched
rough.
our video last week, you probably know where those cinder blocks went. They are the ones that we repurposed and trenched
Under the
around the coop to make it a little bit more predator proof. But yeah, seriously, Clark has been really helpful and really busy. A fun little find. We knew when we moved in here last year that we had blueberry bushes and raspberry bushes, and then we also have some invasive wineberry bushes, but I happen to like them, so as long as they don't go too crazy, I'm gonna keep them. But we did not realize until springtime, when these trees started flowering, that we actually had some fruit trees on our property as well. On the hill beside the fence, we discovered that we have 2 cherry trees and 2 apple trees. Since they were already there, we decided that we would just continue the line of fruit trees, and we added 2 peach trees. We recently discovered that we have 2 cherry trees and 2 apple trees that we did not know about. They are pretty young. I doubt we'll get any sort of fruit from them in the very near future, but we decided to add peach trees to the mix. So we're gonna have peaches, apples, and cherries over here. So I dug 1 hole so far, still have 1 hole to dig, and then I need to fertilize these trees. Kids are out here squirting each other with some water. It's early, it's probably only, I don't know, 10 in the morning, and it's already a scorcher out here, so trying to get some things done. I also feel like a real farmer slash gardener now because I was literally out there hand plucking aphids from the leaves. I was finding ladybugs from other plants and placing them there to help. I don't know, we'll see how they do. We have 2 peach trees planted. All of the trees have been fertilized and watered. And our little cherry tree here that is mostly bare root still at this point, I'm gonna show you what was going on with that. This little guy unfortunately has been covered in aphids since last week. We have a little ladybug here that I brought over to try to help eat them. So I'm hoping that she will do her job. That is a coating of aphids, which is so gross. I sprayed all of the leaves of the plant with neem oil. Hopefully that will do the trick. She's eating one right now. Go for it, girl. Eat them all, eat them all. Oh, and she must have called in her cavalry because I see some other ladybugs approaching, but neem oil, fun fact, smells like decaying fish, and this tree stinks now. My hands stink really badly. I'm gonna go inside and get cleaned up, but Mother's Day fail, I was out trimming a little bit before the rain came and I totally scarred one of our apple trees. I nicked something which then caused the string to like jump, and then of course it wrapped around my baby apple tree. We're gonna hope that it is resilient and makes a comeback, and I'll just fertilize it and baby it a little bit. In the future, we would like to do more of an orchard and have like a lot of fruit trees, but for now it's fun to start with sticks and we will go from there. Lots of different things that we're trying in the world of gardening. We'll see where the successes and failures are. The plan is start small and grow from there. I have never, ever, ever pretended to have a green thumb, so this is gonna be a major work in progress. We have done very basic things in the past, herbs, tomatoes, peppers.
Standard.
I'm trying to broaden my horizons a little bit. We're taking a lot of inspiration from my oldest sister, Alicia. Her and her husband, Joe, have like every vegetable under the sun. How's it looking, Betty? So we've got tomatoes back here, squash and cucumbers in here. We have peppers and herbs on this end and radishes on that end. Broccoli rabe and cauliflower that were planted a while ago in there. We've got some peas down there. We're gonna fill in the rest with corn and beans. And down there past Cleo, we have our leaf lettuces, some beets and carrots. And then this is going to be a work in progress, but that hill is going to become pumpkins once we get all of that junk cleared out of there. So that's gonna be my next job. We actually had radish greens on some avocado toast today for Mother's Day, and it was really yummy and super cute because the leaves were heart-shaped. So I felt like it was kind of cute that the first thing that came from our garden was shaped like a heart. How perfect. This year, our big priorities outside were chicken coop, which is done, yes, and we're allowed to say it now.
Oh, the deck.
Yeah.
Which we're standing on right now.
We are standing on our dilapidated, falling apart deck right now. The reason why we're filming here today is because you are never gonna have this clear of a view ever again of the front aspect of our yard.
Taking the deck apart today on Mother's Day.
It was my
As
choice.
Requested.
My choice.
Right.
Before people tell Jonathan that he's a terrible husband to make me work on Mother's Day, it's kind of the flip-flop. I make him do things on my birthday and Mother's Day. This is gonna be our big, big project of the summer, is getting the new deck in place. Every time we try to film today, it starts raining. So apparently the world is telling me that for Mother's Day I should be sitting on the couch, but
While the
that's not an easy thing for me to do.
and Daddy take down some of the stuff for the deck with the Kubota, I'll be driving.
Yard take back is underway. A million more things to do, but we are making progress, which is awesome. We just picked up our permit for the deck work this past week. Thank you to the kind folks at North Doris Township. So now we have lots of work to get the deck transformed and really, really, really for the first time be able to savor the amazing view that we have from the outside of our house.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
See ya. Yeah, this is really
Oh my
funny.
gosh.
We have tried to film.
impossible.
This is like take 3 or 4 now, and every time we start, it starts raining. So we're just gonna go with it until the rain is enough that our camera can't handle it. But she says, let me add a little compost to the bin. Wouldn't that be cool if right at this moment an Oriole sang to me and just flew by?
That would be awesome.
Real life Giselle moment. Okay, so I have never looked better. I look like Marv from Home Alone after he gets electrocuted. I am covered in dust and chicken poop. And Arlo is over here living his very best life on the concrete floor. Are you happy, boy?
What is happening? Belly's going nuts, I don't know.
Maybe I poisoned you with those radish greens.